Welcome once again to the Clear Skies Retirement Podcast with Jay Kirkwood of Secure Financial Management. My name is Randy Cook, and one interesting thing about Jay is that in addition to being a financial advisor, he is also a pilot. And Jay, I love a good story, I love a good metaphor, and I believe there's got to be a lot of ways that we correlate being a pilot for being a pilot in your retirement, having somebody in charge, having that control tower that you can go to.
You got it, Randy. There's the metaphors and the similarities. There's a lot. There's more than you would think.
Right.
And I often bring some of these stories up when we're meeting with clients. But when I look at retirement planning and I look at when I plan a flight to go from destination A to B, I'm covering a lot of the same sort of conceptual things that we cover in a financial plan to when we're filing a flight plan.
Okay.
Right? I know I want to get from San Antonio to somewhere.
Okay.
Houston to Dallas, Oklahoma City, wherever it might be, right? I know that's the destination. So when clients come in and maybe they're still working, they know they're at this destination right now. They know they're still working, but that's not where they want to be. They want to be somewhere else. They want to be in retirement.
Right.
Okay, so we've got our beginning point and our destination. Now, there's a lot of things in between that we've got to plan for. When I'm flying, I want to make sure I've got enough fuel. That's a pretty big thing, right?
I would think.
I want to make sure I can get to my destination, right?
Yeah.
I want to also make sure that the trip to that destination is safe. It's not too bumpy. I'm not flying straight into a storm, right? I want to make sure I've got my route along the way planned and the resources that I have along the way planned out the right way to get through that trip safely.
The what ifs.
The what ifs. And I want to make sure that I have alternatives along the way,
Okay.
right? One of the things we do when I'm planning a flight, I look along the route of flight. I was like, if something doesn't go right at this point, what are my options? Where can I go? How can I safely get this thing on the ground and fix the problem and get back in the air? Even at my destination, what if the weather's not so great? What I can guarantee you with a financial plan, just like with our flight plan, it's not going to go exactly the way that you plan it. It's just not, right? So you need to have that flexibility ready. It's the same with our financial plan. We've got this planned out, but we might be planning for 30 or 40 years in retirement. We've got to make some assumptions, just like we've got to make some assumptions with my fuel burn, with how the weather's going to move. We've got to make some assumptions, but we have to be ready to pivot as well at any time. And any good flight plan, any good financial plan is going to have all those elements added to it. I'm trying to get from here to there. These are the resources I have. These are the way I'm going to utilize my resources in the most appropriate and safe manner. And I also want to know is, where do I turn to if things don't go exactly right? What alternates do I have?
One of the things, I've never sat in the seat that you're in. I've been in the back of the plane. And but one of the things that occurs to me that as you talk to a control tower, if you're going from San Antonio to Oklahoma City and you're on your way and you ask that control tower for some kind of information and nothing comes back, that's got to make your heart flutter a little bit. What's going on? But when that voice does come into your headphones and they say, you're clear to go, steady as she goes, we're going to guide you in, that's got to feel good. So I think that a lot of people go through life and they get to this point and they don't have that voice in their ear. And that's kind of, I think, what a lot of people are looking for.
Yes, sometimes you get handed over to another controller, and maybe you're just not in range of that because you mic them up and nothing comes back, and you might have to call them a couple of times. And I can't tell you how right you are when you actually get that transmission back. Okay, it's going to be all right.
It's going to be okay.
I'm back in touch with these guys, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. Is having, as a pilot, right, having those controllers there, looking out for you. Their job really is to help you get to where you're trying to go the right way, right, and the safest way, separating you from traffic, other planes in the air, making sure you're aware of any weather conditions that are coming up down the road that maybe have popped up since you did your weather briefing.
They have eyes on something you can't see right now.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
That's exactly right. So having those consultants, if you want to look at them in that vein, right, it adds a layer of comfort for sure.
Thanks again for listening to the Clear Skies Retirement Podcast. If you want to know more about secure financial management, how to talk to Jay and the team, you can find us online at clearskiesretirement.com. That's clearskiesretirement.com. And if you want to hear more of this podcast, hit the follow or subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform. We'll see you next time here on the Clear Skies Retirement Podcast with Jay Kirkwood.
Investment advisory services offered through investment advisory representatives at Secure Financial Management, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed are not designed nor intended to be applicable to any person's individual circumstances. It should not be considered as investment advice, nor does it constitute a recommendation that anyone engage in or refrain from a particular course of action. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate, and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Secure Financial Management is licensed in your state, please contact their office. Secure Financial Management is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Wholesalers Insurance. Jamin J. Kirkwood, Texas Insurance License number 1421850.